Hi guys, it's me again. Today we're going to be talking about online video games, MMOs, and why I've been moving away from them. I'm turning into a
Mm.
boomer playing single player video games and feeling better than ever. How could this have possibly happened to me? And I want to talk
Oh.
about exactly, systematically, keep that word in mind, systematically how that's happened. Now, I want to warn you guys, before you watch this video, if you like playing a lot of online video games, you love live service games, and you think anything the way that I do, be careful. Because after you see these patterns, I feel like there is no way to unsee the man behind the machine.
It's just the problem with the live service games are they are mostly tedious. It's just tedium. They have multiple mechanics to just throttle your progression, and then you just sit there doing nothing. While you're doing nothing, you will have another game that's a live service, and then go over there and then do the same thing. It just gets tedious and boring after a bit. You know, it will probably actively give you depression.
So, anyway, the big issue that
You
I've
know.
had a lot with
The like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, what's it called? The Withering Waves, and then the new one, Gunless Zone Zero. All of them kind of has the same mechanic you
online
have to
video
deal with.
games is that it
You
feels
know,
like every single it's building a castle on sand, it's building a castle on the beach, and then
and then at one point or another, your updates will get deleted. You know, some of the stories you progress through are gone. Like in Genshin, you have so much FOMO. Like fuck that. And then you just lose all of your progress. The game dies, and then the server gets shut down. You know, there are so many things that, and then the journey never ends. Like sometimes you just want your journey to end, like Elden Ring. When I went to the forum, Azula, I was like, just let this end. God damn it, you know. That's how it feels. It burns you
every
out so
60 to
fast.
90 days, the tide comes in,
Yeah,
washes your castle away, and the only thing you have left to show for it is maybe a cosmetic FOMO item for some seasonal event. Oh boy,
yeah,
you
true.
don't want to miss those. There's a
I think
collection
he's talking
tab.
about World of
You
Warcraft.
loot an apple, and it says 1 out of 634. Oh boy, are we having fun now! Oh, exciting! And so I've been seeing this with every single
Welcome to the
online
spice
game.
world,
And
bitch.
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? How am I letting myself get my time wasted on such a cataclysmic scale? By the way, 35,000 hours I've played World of Warcraft, okay? I don't regret a single minute of
Mm,
it. But goddamn, I wouldn't want to do all that
goddamn.
again. And so here's the point. I feel like every single online game, it doesn't matter whether you're playing Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact,
Mm.
Wuthering Waves, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, or New World. None of these things matter
Don't
because
you like
all
your
of these
battle
games
pass? Wink wink.
follow the same DNA. And the DNA, if you want a very easy way to condense this down, it is keep you addicted and waste your time. That's basically what happens. And so people say, oh, well, you want instant gratification. You're goddamn fucking right, I do. I'm playing a video game. If I didn't want instant gratification, I'd go back to my own boring real life. Of course I do. I don't want to spend
True.
40 hours farming.
True. I mean, I beat the boss's ass. I want a cool gear. I don't want to get freaking 10 out of 7 bar just fills up with 1 point. Fuck that bullshit. You know? Like in Elden Ring, you can sit on a boss for 8 hours and then you eventually beat his ass and then you are done with that guy. You know?
For some helmet. That's stupid.
Absolutely.
And I understand the irony of this because as one of the residential spending 40 hours farming for a helmet YouTubers, over the years, especially, I've done this a lot. Okay? I've even
Yeah.
made guides on how to do it in only 38 hours and save a little bit of time. But nowadays, I look at that and I just don't have the same outlook on life that I used to, and I cannot even fathom wasting my time in
Yeah, the older you get, the more you consume your time.
such
You know?
a
Easy.
exorbitant way. And I think that this is a big thing for me. Like, I'm getting old. I'm
Yeah,
34 years
yeah.
old.
There we
And
go.
back in the day,
Come
and you
back when
guys
you are
can tell me
younger,
if this
old
is true or
man.
not in the comments with you, is that back in the day when I would play online video games, the reason why I would play them is so I could show everybody else in the world that I was better than they were. And I got so caught up in this. I love being able to do this. This is my favorite thing to do. And it was a big sense of, pride for me in a way. And I actually don't, like, I don't see this as a bad thing really at all. I don't hate myself for this. I don't think I'm stupid for doing this. But it's just that at this point in my life, I'm no longer feeling
Hmm.
that way about, about video games. I don't
Yeah.
need to play.
Yeah, I think he will come back when he's freaking Twitch streams gonna tank tank any viewers, you know? He's gonna come back when his Twitch views
A video
tanks.
game to show off that I'm better than somebody because again I just I've gotten old. I don't really care that much about this anymore, and so I
Yeah.
just play video games. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
imagineless for fun.
Tell it to
And
yourself.
so
You're gonna
anyway,
come back,
how do
crawl
I get to this
back.
point? I
He's
get to
gonna
this point
crawl
when I
back
look
as
at
soon as
video
the new
games, and
update
it
comes
seems like
back.
so many of them are infected with the exact type of rot, the exact same type of rot, and that is every 60 to 90, some of them they're a little bit different, but they're all basically the same paradigm. Every, few months or so, there is a battle pass, a season pass that probably
Yeah,
has
new
a
update.
paid version that is higher than that sometimes provides, like, actual good rewards, like things that are play for power, like, Star Rail or something like that. Or it just has cosmetics, like something like Kirex Vault Pass in Path of Exile,
Mm.
as a general rule, right? Or the trading post in World of Warcraft that functions as a battle pass. And so, anyway, these things happen, and it makes me feel like every single one of these games is operating on this usually 60 to 90 day patch cycle that repeats the same content over and over. There's an event for different types of, like different types of social events, like, Chinese New Year. That's a really big one. You've got Halloween
Mm.
and all of these different events. And
Christmas.
I feel like oh wow, you hate Halloween events. No, I don't hate Halloween events, but every year when they have them, like, this is just really to sell skins, right? And when every single game is doing this, there's a certain sense of escapism that I'm looking for in a video game that really kind of evaporates when you see every single one using the exact same, content delivery method, right? And so I see these games with these battle passes every single time, and it makes me feel like I'm wasting my time doing them because every time I fill up one of these battle passes, every time I complete a season journey, every time I, complete all of the tasks that have been allotted to me, well, then I wait for a few months and then I have to do the whole thing over again. That's my big reward. And all of them are built around some form of FOMO item. And I feel like FOMO is a very double edged sword. And I think this is especially true with live service games. And what I mean by that is with a lot of live service
Yeah,
games,
once you
how
miss
many
it,
of you
you don't
guys
give a fuck
played a
and then you
live
quit the
service
game.
game and you logged on every single day? You want to make sure
Yeah.
every day you never miss that daily, right? Because you
Yeah,
don't want
that's
to
what they
fall
did with
behind.
Genshin.
And so you do that, and one day you miss it. It's like, ah, man, I missed it. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm
I
going to log
missed
on the
it.
next day. I'm still doing it every other day, so it's
Yeah.
fine. And so then later on, maybe you end up accidentally missing 3 days. And then you tell
Yep.
yourself, well, maybe, and this could be any period of time, not 3 days. It could be three
Exactly.
weeks,
This
two
is
weeks, right?
exactly
Every
what
game is
happened.
different. But you tell yourself, oh, well,
Genshin
now
Impact.
I'm so far behind, it's not really worth
Yeah.
playing anymore because I can't catch up. And I think that's what
Yeah.
ends up happening with a lot of people.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did. I don't really care about the catching up. I deliberately wanted to miss the game, so I quit playing that piece of shit because it's garbage. You know, that's what I did. I deliberately missed the freaking dailies, and then I
Is
just
that
quit the game.
FOMO is a
Now I only play when the story comes
great
out.
way to
You know,
keep people in the game,
pretty
but
much because that's literally the only part I care about in the Genshin Impact. I don't care about your shit tier combat that barely can see what the fuck is going on the screen most of the time, and then every boss just has 10 billion HP, and you literally don't have any armor, so you just die in 2 hits. Like fuck
is
that
also
bullshit.
a great way to keep
You
people
know?
out of the game. And so, more and more, as I'm spending my time doing other things that I find to be more enjoyable, the appeal of trying to continuously play an online video game to catch up and to keep up with all the FOMO rewards, it
Yeah.
becomes more onerous, more of a pain in the ass, and just more of, I mean, let's just be honest, guys, it's more of a waste of time. And so this is something that, and what's very weird for me talking about this, and I'm sure a lot of people will be kind of shocked to hear this, because I used to be the person who was the most fixated on this. I would never miss anything in WoW. I would never do anything. I would always make sure I get everything done, and be a
Mm.
complete completionist, right? And I feel like being a completionist completely wastes my time, so I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And
True.
it sounds like such a an obvious thing to do, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are stuck in that hamster wheel, and they feel like if they get off of the hamster wheel, then they've wasted all their time on the hamster wheel, so they
Yeah.
can't get off because of sunk
Now, if you do get up, you will feel like you are freed from a cage.
cost
Hello?
fallacy. And it's like, I remember
Yeah.
when Blizzard
I mean, my adventure level in Genshin Impact is like level 55. I ain't playing that game for shit anymore.
made the
You know?
$90
It's not that hard. You just miss the game for 1 week and then you
I
never look
can't even
back.
believe this,
Easy.
$90 store mount. They put this out
Yeah.
there, and I'm seeing people in the comments, oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy this because I want to get all the mounts, but it's so expensive. It's like, what do you mean you have to buy this? What's wrong with you? What are you talking about you have to buy
True.
this? And the thing is that,
True.
I mean, I could also be talking to myself from 10
Buy
years
a better
ago.
game.
And that's the really ironic thing about it. And so the reason I'm making this video is to express kind of my current state of mind. I still like online video games. I can still play them for fun, but I can never really fully invest into them because I feel like so many systems and mechanics inside of them are designed to waste your time. And I've noticed this,
Hmm.
and I contrast it with something like Elden Ring, or I contrast it with something like that I've been playing a lot recently. What is it? Metaphor ReFantasia.
Metaphor?
Amazing, incredible
Metaphor
game. I love it.
Fantasy.
I ended
Holy
up
shit,
taking a
dude.
day off today. I've been playing it all day.
Yeah,
It's been
Dragon Ball
really fun.
Fantasy.
And so I see these other single player games that they don't make you sit through 4 or 5 hours of meaningless annoying activities in order to get the reward. They just give you the reward, and the reason why is
Hmm.
because they've already got their reward. They've already got your money, so it doesn't matter to them anymore like whether you're
Yeah.
spending more time on the game. They just want the time that you spend on the game to be as meaningful and fun as possible. And I
Yeah.
compare that with online video games, and it's like, okay, well, every time that
Lost
you're on
Ark,
a loading
baby.
screen, there's an advertisement for a skin. Every time that you open
Lost
up the
Ark.
menu, there's another advertisement for the store. Every time that you open up the
Ah,
launcher,
Lost
there's an
Ark.
advertisement for, like a battle pass, right? And so all of the different
World
tools in
of
online
Warcraft.
video games are designed to try to keep you playing the game as long as possible, but the
Yeah.
quality of that entertainment I do think is lower. But I think it's a
Yeah, it's
mindset
garbage.
shift that I've had where I used to always think that, being good at a video game doesn't matter if you can't beat other people at it, right? And I was thinking to myself, and that's how I always felt,
Hmm.
but then I realized to myself, beating people at a video game doesn't really matter either because it's a video game. So kind of shocking, isn't it? And again, guys, comment down below if this is something that this is a revelation.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
also
really give a
occurred
shit
to
about
you.
if I beat
And
some
so
other
I see
player in
these
video
things
game.
where it's like these 90-day reward
I
structure
mean,
cycles
I have some
that
kind of
repeat, and they
enjoyment when I
usually
beat
power
a
creep
video
each
game.
other. So it's like if you work really hard in a game, this is something that Classic WoW always did really well. I'm a classic Andy in a lot of ways. Is that if I took a break in BWL and AQ and Nax came out, well, I could come back and I'd still be in BWL. It's not like I would just be kind of accelerated to Nax and all of my effort that I had put previously would be invalidated. But I feel like a lot of video games have a reset power creep cycle that happens on a cyclical
Yeah.
basis that's generally correlated
Yeah, it's
with either
garbage.
a seasonal model or a battle pass model. And these types of mechanics
I don't think in any point of any game, I think you should not reset your progression. Like maybe in survival and some of the other genres, maybe in roguelikes or something. But in normal games, if you reset your progression, people just
are
sucks. You know,
tiresome. They're very
you know,
tiresome to me. And as I've
yeah.
spent a lot of time playing these games,
Yeah, do it enough number of times, you will
I've
see people who
realized
just
that
quit the game.
I'm not really having as much fun completing these tasks because of the
Yeah,
inevitable futility of it, where ultimately I'm not really going to be able to achieve anything in this game. Not like it matters, but it feels like it matters. Again, um,
yeah.
if you like playing these games and you're having fun, then that's all that matters. That's literally all that matters. Like, you don't need to justify it to me, you don't need to justify it to anybody. But I think that what happens is that a lot of times
I only have
people
fun
put
when
the
I'm looking at the
expectation of,
story.
like,
That's
oh,
pretty much
am I
it.
having fun with how many other people are having fun the same way? And so
No,
for
the
me,
story is
moving
not
over to
going
playing a lot
anywhere
more
with
single
Genshin
player
either.
games, I don't have to keep up with, like, like really fastly evolving metas. I'll log in, like everybody's playing and grinding. It's hard to play a competitive game like that unless you're playing it all the time because of just how fast information travels now online. And ultimately, I'm playing these games. I can't really, maintain a degree of like, like maybe like competitive nature, right? Because and also some people might say skill issue, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to agree with you. I don't even really care. It's not really that big of a deal to me. I just want to play the game and have fun. And if I'm getting fucking destroyed, like how many of you guys used to play Fortnite and you stopped playing it because, you build like your little, okay, all right, you son of a bitch, you come over here. And then over there, he's building the Eiffel fucking Tower. And you feel like a clown and
True.
you lose. And so you just lose interest in playing the game. I think that's what's happened with a lot of online
Yeah.
games because everybody's wanting
True.
to make a
The
name for
sweats are
themselves.
insane.
Like for a lot of people out there, it's, I wouldn't say, kind of, it is. It's a job for them, right? They're doing this as a career. So they want to be as competitive and as good at this game as possible. And I think the reality of that is that there's so many people out there that it really makes it hard for an average player to have fun playing one of these games when metas and skill
Hmm.
caps evolve so fast that you have to maintain a certain degree of consistency playing it.
Yeah, I seen it. The primary example for is Magikarp. He's been playing League of Legends and made so many good videos about it. And then he just straight up quit because he doesn't want to keep up with the patches and everything. You know? It just straight up was
Or you're
bad for
probably
his
not going to
health.
have a good time because you're going to get
You
skill
know?
gapped or
For
power
his
crept,
physical and
depending
mental
on what
health.
the game is. And in fact, in some of them, it's actually both. And
I
so
could League of
what's
Legends
happened is
too.
that I've kind of realized this cycle of
Like, I
futility,
played that game
and
for
I've
5
realized that,
years.
like, why am I trying to keep up with this to, like, maintain the same amount of effort and time when, again, why wouldn't I want to have my cake and eat it too? Right? Why would I want to invest a huge amount of time into something like this that I'm not really enjoying? And I feel like
Hmm.
another thing is daily rewards or weekly rewards. A lot of these online video games, they have like a reward structure that is very front loaded, which means that you're getting 80% of the rewards in like 5% of the time, and then you spend the other 95% of the time getting the remaining 20% of the rewards. So they're
Hmm.
designed for you not to play a lot and to basically stay on this treadmill and move at the pace that they've set for you. And I also find this to be very fatiguing as well because there's some days I don't really want to play at all, and other days where I want to
I
play
want to
maybe
play a lot.
6 hours, 8 hours, and I
Yeah.
feel like that time and
And it
effort
doesn't
isn't
let you do
rewarded on a
that.
proportional level, and it feels like
Yeah.
my time is being disrespected. And I think that's really a fundamental
Absolutely.
concern that I have too, is that I think a lot of these online games are built with systems that are cynically designed to waste your time in the most, like subversive way possible. And I see this happen a lot. And this is also, this is the worst thing, is that, oh wow, you don't like grinding? Oh, you're not a fan of that? You don't have time? Well, guess what? We have the solution for that. We've created the problem, and now you're going to pay us to solve it. So there's like these
Hmm.
pay for convenience, pay for power systems. So it's like, oh well, I can't keep up all the time and I can't play all the time, so I'm going to spend money on the game. And I think that some people have rationalized this into becoming normal. I don't think that it's normal at all. Who decided that you have
Hmm.
to pay money to advance in a video game. Like, who decided, oh, because you don't have time, now you have to pay money? Well, I'll tell you who decided that. The people you're paying money to. This is a completely invented problem that you could solve with 50 different solutions, but big surprise, the one
True.
solution that keeps being used is the one that's the most
Is
beneficial to the people that are making the games.
yeah, most
And
profitable.
again, that's fine if you like this kind of stuff. I don't. I feel stupid. I feel stupid paying to win, and I feel stupid playing free to play. I feel stupid for playing it at all. And so I thought to myself, am I going to spend my whole day being stupid? Yeah. But not that stupid. That's terrible. And so I quit playing. And so I felt these different systems, and it's like every game has these. It's not like one game has this. Every online video game follows
Oh,
these same content delivery structures. They follow the same reward structures. They follow the same progression structures. They follow the same store models. And it doesn't even matter what the genre is. How is it that you can have a game that is about shooting people with guns that is fundamentally the same as a game that's killing dragons, or a game that's like an anime waifu collector? Really, Call of Duty's got the same progression standard, kind of. I mean, in an abstract sense. So Honkai Star Rail, what the hell is going on? And
true.
as soon as I've realized
Absolutely.
this,
You're
I've
having a
taken a
mental
step back.
breakdown there.
I've taken a step back,
Yeah.
and I've tried to have fun
And then he said,
playing
fuck
video
this, I'm
games.
leaving.
And that's where I'm at now. I've been playing a lot of video games that are single player, that I feel respect my time a lot more, that I feel are
Absolutely, me too.
paced in a way that's not disrespectful. And I think they're really fun. And I'm not thinking about who is, like, who am I beating at the game, or, where am I on a leaderboard. It doesn't matter where I am on a leaderboard. It's a fucking video game. Who gives a shit? I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself.
True.
And it's been great. And so I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about where I'm at personally, why I haven't been playing a lot of these online video games, and why I've fallen out of favor with it. I yearn for the day that there is an online video game that makes me want to waste my
I
time.
could play it forever.
But right now, there's not. And so I'm stuck here being a
Yeah. I want a video game that doesn't waste my time. At the same time, I want to play that game
boomer
forever.
playing single player
Yeah.
games. And that's
Straight
just
up
about it.
impossible.
And I hate to say it, guys, but I'm happy. So anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit, give some of the different little patterns that I've been seeing a lot of these online games having, and also share where I'm at. And I think the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like a lot of you guys out there might be a little bit like me. And let me know in the comments if you are. I'm quite curious. I think this is a long overdue discussion, because I feel like this permeates not only the enjoyment of the game, but what are games fundamentally. For a lot of people, they're a form of escapism. And I don't feel like I'm escaping into a treadmill. It's like I'm in my real life that is in some ways a treadmill. I'm lucky, in the job that I have. Some people aren't as lucky. Their real life is much more like a treadmill than mine is.
Wait, did
And
I
then
play
it's
Remnant
like,
2?
finally,
I think I played
I've
Remnant
been
1.
working all day. Time to go home and work in this video game. Miss me with that bullshit, man. And so that's the way that I feel. Let me know in the comments how you
Red
feel.
Buzzer.
And I hope there's more discussion about this. I really do. Because I hope that it'll lead to better online games that are more respectful of your time and fundamentally more fun. So that's about it, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Nice. Great video. Like, it actually talks about the actual underlying issue that online games have. Like the live service garbage that's out there. You know? So yeah, absolutely agree.